It's time to be weather aware again.
One more nice day coming up, and then a severe weather threat headed to East Alabama. We'll have the complete forecast details coming up.
Coming up in sports, we have highlights, scores, stats, and the full recap from yesterday here in East Alabama. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
Another round of strong storms is headed toward Alabama, and this time, East Alabama may get more of the rough weather than it did earlier in the week. The Calhoun County Emergency Management Agency says area residents should brace themselves for potential severe thunderstorms hitting the area starting Friday morning through early afternoon. Officials recommended watching for weather updates, having a plan in place, and keeping an eye on weather alerts. One way to stay informed is to sign up for free text alerts by texting Calhoun EMA to 888-777. Residents can also sign up for the Everbridge alert system that has the capability of sending text messages, phone calls, and email, which can be customized to how to receive the alerts. Information on Everbridge is on the EMA's website, calhounema.org/prepare. John Holder will be along later in this newscast to give us the latest word on when we can expect those storms to arrive.
When we return, a free fire safety program is going to be offered later this month for area businesses.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The Oxford Fire Department and the Calhoun County Emergency Management Agency will offer a free business development workshop later this month. It's called Fire Safety and Emergency Planning in Your Business, and it will take place on Thursday, January 25th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at Hubbard's off Main in downtown Oxford. The event is being sponsored by Historic Main Street Oxford, and it's open for all area businesses. For more information and to register, you can visit Historic Main Street's Facebook page.
When we return, it's time to start planning for this spring's youth athletic programs in Anniston.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
It's time to strap in, lace up, and get ready to play ball. Registration for Anniston's Spring Youth Sports Program is now open, and it will run until February 29th. Parents may register their future superstars online, or they can sign up in person by completing the registration pamphlet and returning it to any City of Anniston Community Center. This year's program will offer these sports at the following registration prices. Tot soccer is $50, youth soccer is $85, t-ball, baseball, and softball is $100. The Barracuda's swim team, $45 per month for the first child, and track and field is $50. If you have any questions, contact the City of Anniston's Athletic Director, Darren Spruill, at 256-820-3860.
You know, we were talking earlier in the newscast about the bad weather coming in, again, as it did in South Alabama.
Yeah, that's right. And we talked a little bit off camera about how that can raise some anxiety, but really, there's nothing to be anxious about. We just want to make sure that we're aware of what's going on.
Because that way, we can be prepared for it.
That's exactly right. And making sure we are prepared, it's John Holder who joins us now in the EAN Weather Center. John?
Mike and Katie, severe weather is on the horizon. This could be a significant severe weather event coming up Friday afternoon here in East Alabama. We will break down the details next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. Steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Plenty of sunshine today across East Alabama, but that did not warm up the temperatures. Despite all the sunshine, the best we could do today was 48 degrees below average for this time of year. That was after a morning low of 37. In January in Alabama, we can have just about anything. 80 degrees our record high, 4 our record low. Sunrise and sunset times, 6:48 tomorrow morning, 4:53 this afternoon. And speaking of having anything in January, that includes wintry weather, warm weather, cold weather, and severe weather. We'll get to that in just a moment. All right, now let's take a look at our weather on your street. And coming up tonight, mostly clear. Wilmer Avenue in Midtown Anniston, about 34 overnight tonight. So another chilly night, but most folks should stay above freezing in Anniston and all around the rest of East Alabama. Coming up tomorrow, going to take you out to Powers Avenue on McClellan. Beautiful day coming up. As a matter of fact, the best day weather-wise coming up in the foreseeable future will be tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, warmer tomorrow. We reach 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon. A very pleasant January day coming up on McClellan and all across Calhoun and Cleburne counties. But the start of the weekend on Friday is not going to be very pleasant. Strong thunderstorms on McCullers Lane there by Oxford Lake in Oxford. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 60s. Strong to severe weather to kick off the weekend Friday afternoon and Friday night. We'll break that down for you in just a moment, but just get ready for severe weather coming up on Friday. Now, let's take a look at what's going to happen in our 7-day forecast, and we will break this down a little bit for you. We've got a little bit of everything coming up in the next several days. Some pleasant weather tomorrow, some stormy weather on Friday, some cold days coming up on Saturday and Sunday. Plenty of sunshine, but temperatures below normal. Nighttime lows dropping down into the mid to upper 20s. Then we're going to bring back another small chance of rain Monday and Monday night ahead of another front. And behind that front, we've been talking about some cold weather coming. We're looking at temperatures that will be in the 30s for highs. This will be 36 for the high on Tuesday, 38 for the high on Wednesday. Nighttime lows way down to the low 20s. And I'll just be honest with you, we may see temperatures getting into the teens as we head into next week. So, these numbers may not be low enough for Tuesday and Wednesday morning of next week. And we're going to take a look now at that severe weather threat. This is from the Storm Prediction Center out in Norman, Oklahoma. This is for during the day on Friday. You see, for us, technically here in Calhoun and Cleburne counties, we are in a slight risk, but I'll warn you, the weather does not pay attention to these lines that are drawn, and these lines are going to change. We have an enhanced risk for severe weather right up to the southern Calhoun and Cleburne County borders. So certainly we've got a great chance of severe weather. Would not be surprised to see this enhanced risk expand northward. That has kind of been the latest computer model data trend, is that the parameters are shifting northward. We'll get another day 1 or day 2 outlook coming from the Storm Prediction Center tomorrow. And I think we're going to see an enhanced risk of severe weather. And what do we mean by severe weather? Torrential rainfall, yes. Thunder, lightning, large hail, and yes, the possibility of tornadoes. That is on the agenda for us here in East Alabama Friday afternoon and Friday night. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. with your breakfast forecast for all of East Alabama, and back here tomorrow evening, and we'll have a complete in-depth look at the severe weather threat coming up on Friday here on EAN Local News. Right now, it's sports time. Here's Namath Pitts.
Thanks, John. Yesterday was one of the busiest days we've seen this year in East Alabama when it comes to basketball. We have the full recap from yesterday, starting with Anniston. Coach Eddie Bullock and the Anniston girls went on the road to Handley to face Courtney Strange Screws. We told you yesterday it was one of the most anticipated matchups of the week as the Handley Tigers give Coach Eddie Bullock's team their first loss to a 4A opponent. It's their third loss on the season. Their other losses were to Pell City and higher competition. But Coach Courtney Strange Screws and the Handley Tigers get an upper edge in Class 4A area play as they beat Anniston 44-33. And then Cleburne County and Weaver played each other for the fourth time this season. And in girl action, it was Cleburne County who came out on top 44-37. It would be 44-37 for Cleburne County girls. Again, as they would beat the Weaver Bearcats. It was Cleburne County's Faith Brown who poured in 29 points, 23 of those in the second half, and grabbed 15 rebounds. Cleburne County's other top performer was Hannah Turley with 7 points, 8 rebounds. Weaver's top performers were Leah Marks, 12 points, Ariana Richmond, 9 points, and DJ Gibbs, 8 points. The next game is the Woodland Bobcats and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. Woodland defeated Pleasant Valley 50-42. And again, this was girls action as Woodland beat Pleasant Valley 50-42. Alexa Cranmer scored 15 points to pace Pleasant Valley, hitting 1 3-pointer. She also blocked 4 shots. Pleasant Valley's other top performers were Lainey Robinson with 14 points and Haley Lee with 9 points as Woodland beat Pleasant Valley 50-42. It was the Jacksonville Golden Eagles defeating the Piedmont Bulldogs by a score of 59-15. This was one of the most anticipated matchups because of Coach Mize and Coach Morrow, the former Jacksonville coach. Last time these two teams met, things got chippy. But Jacksonville forced 33 turnovers, held Piedmont to 17% shooting, and led 43-8 at halftime. Alexis Phillips scored a game-high 23 points. Jacksonville's gone 8-3 since what was a 1-7 start to the season, and they have just gotten better. You can say the level of competition is a big reason for that, but last night it was all Jacksonville Golden Eagles girls as they beat Piedmont 59-15. And that is all of the girls' action. So we move to the boys, where the Jacksonville Golden Eagles also played Piedmont last night. And Jacksonville trailed for much of this game, but it was the fire of Trez Buzzin that brought the Jacksonville team to life during the second quarter. And then it was led by Devin Barksdale and Kedrick Fisher. Jacksonville rallied from as much as a 14-point hole, dominated the second half, beating Piedmont 67-57. The Jacksonville Golden Eagles improved to 14-5 on the season, while they send Piedmont 10-7 on the season, its second consecutive loss. Barksdale scored a game-high 27 points, 10 of those in the fourth quarter. Fisher and Jaquan Irvin scored 13 points apiece, with Fisher scoring 12 of those in the second half, as the Jacksonville Golden Eagles ended up defeating the Piedmont boys in boys action, and Jacksonville gets the sweep last night after beating Piedmont in both the boys and girls game. The next one's the Pleasant Valley Raiders boys. They defeated Woodland Bobcats 50-24 as they got an edge in area play. 3 players scored 9 points apiece to pace Pleasant Valley, and the Raiders outscored Woodland 22-3 in the fourth quarter while improving to 7-6 and earning the right to play host to the Class 2A Area 9 tournament. Pleasant Valley's top performers were Hunter Sparks with 9 points, Braxton Salster 9 points, Noah Johnson 9 points, and Jaden Sparks 9 points as the Pleasant Valley Raiders defeated the Woodland Bobcats 50-24. Coach Chris Randall and the White Plains Wildcats defeated Cherokee County on the road. Carter Johnson powered his way to 15 points in the post, and White Plains moved to 14-7 on the season and picked up a victory in Class 4A Area 10 play. White Plains' other top performers were Josh Wheeler, 12 points, Coleman Ray, 9 points. Cherokee County's top performers were Jacob Cornejo, 8 points, and Jaquan Diamond, 8 points. The next game is also area play in Class 1A Area 8, as the Faith Christian Lions got the win over Wadley 51-39. And it was Carson Harris who hit 2 3-pointers and led Faith Christian with 19 points. Faith Christian's other top performers were Connor Richards-Hagen, 17 points, Parker Robinson, 8 points, and Eli Robinson, 7 points, as Faith Christian won 51-39. And the other game is the Weaver Bearcats and Cleburne County Tigers. This game was at Cleveland County as Weaver won their second straight game. Weaver's Caden Gooden hit 3 3-pointers en route to a game-high 27 points. Weaver's other top performers were Gabe King, 11 points, Harper Williams, 11 points, Junior Allen, 7 points off the bench. Cleveland County's top performers were Jacob Cavender, 9 points, Nate Adams, 8 points, and Gray Freeman, 8 points, as the Weaver Bearcats defeated Cleveland County by a score of 67-45. And that's all of the basketball action. There was a couple wrestling teams in East Alabama who were in action yesterday, and we also have the full recap of wrestling from last night. Let's start in Pleasant Valley. The Pleasant Valley Raiders were at home last night where they hosted Cherokee County and Sacs. Sacs and Pleasant Valley tied at 36 points apiece in their duel, and so that went to a tiebreaker situation. And then Sacs defeated Cherokee County by a score of 54-30, and Pleasant Valley defeated Cherokee County 24-6, as there was a lot of forfeits in the lineup for all of those teams. Let's go as close as we can get to the Georgia State line to Ranburne, where the Bulldogs hosted White Plains in Cleveland County. White Plains defeated Cleveland County 63-18, and then Ranburne defeated White Plains 39-37. Cleveland County and Ranburne did not wrestle each other because they are both in the state duels bracket and could potentially face each other in the second round. And then Coach Rusty Mayfield and the Oxford Yellow Jackets were at home last night where they hosted Alexandria and defeated them 39-36. They hosted Ben Carroll and the Wellborn Panthers where they defeated them 66-18. And then Alexandria defeated Wellborn 66-9. And that is your results from Oxford. And that's it for EA and Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today.
You can find us here online every weekday on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and on our website, eastalabamanow.com. Just go to that video feed and you can watch us whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Thursday for your news on your schedule.